Your team is last in the league in drawing penalties and last in the league in, I guess, first in the league. And you don't take any penalties, and no penalties get called against you. Recently, there's been 3 diving fines, and they're hard to get. There were none last year. Why doesn't your team not dive? But like, do you coach your team not to dive? Is it something you guys discuss?
Well, I don't think we overly discuss it. I'm happy that we are in the category of non-diving hockey players. I think the guys in the room have a lot of pride in how they want to play the game. And I think I'll use Hurdle the other day. He's going through the neutral zone against one of the Buffalo players. I forget which one. It's one of their younger guys. And he's got his stick in there at least 3 or 4 times. And to me, it's an obvious hook. Now, if Thomas is to go down, it's probably a call. But it's not enough of a hook to yank him on. He's 230 pounds. He's not going to, you know what I mean? So I like the fact that he just kept playing. And he kept possession of the puck and kept going. But to me, then I'm trying to, sometimes get the attention of the official. That this is, our team a little bit. We're bigger. But I still think it's an infraction. It would be called if, a smaller guy goes down. So that's how we play and that's how we approach it. So we're encouraging our guys to play through a lot of different stuff on the ice. The ones to me that, now that you've got, is some of the when Barbie went down against, Foligno, right? And then the Kadri kind of, there were some that I thought were dangerous hits that didn't get called. Now that might have been the Foligno one might have got called. They might have both went. But those are the ones that, I'd hope that, we'd be able to get on the power play or the hits from behind. Even Jack, I think, has a tough time drawing penalties, Gary, for a guy that has the puck half the game and has so much speed and strength. But he doesn't go down easy, and there's guys on his back. And I think we would be killing penalties in those situations against top guys, but that's the way it is. Now, I don't know if officials also realize we're that, so they just go into a game thinking, okay, this is going to be a low-event game in terms of penalties on both sides, so any 50-50 call never gets called either way. I don't know. I don't know what they're told before about the teams, or if they're told anything in terms of how the style of play.
Why do you think Brady McNabb is plus 24?
Very conscientious guy when it comes to playing a 200-foot game. You rarely see him out of position, especially up the ice. He's not a guy that gets caught on the wrong side of things. Defensively, he's good at closing through people. So again, he's not chasing guys back to the front of the net very often. It's really good hockey IQ for those situations. And honestly, if you can stay away from those goals where you come back to the bench and go, oh God, I had a brain cramp, or I shouldn't, then you're not gonna be on the ice for very much against. Now the flip side of that, he's on the ice for goals because his partner with Theo, and Theo's a very offensive kind of defenseman, drives play. So you get the best of both worlds there. So I just think he's just very good at recognizing defensive situations that could be harmful, and he's on the ice enough and good enough first pass guy to get pucks up the ice, him and Theo, that he's going to be involved in some goals for just because of that.
You guys are maybe the best team in the NHL at reacting when you get the puck back and driving that center lane and getting the puck to that guy on side for goals. I mean, you seem like to score goals like that every game. Do you guys practice? Is there a way to practice that sort of success, or is it just reading it?
Well, some of it is built into this team. We do stress our good defensive posture, whether it's in the neutral zone, forechecking in the O zone, or all the way back in our zone, should always lead to offense. And I think our guys, I heard Mark Stone make a comment about it the other day, and as a coach, you're like, get a big smile on your face because you're thinking they're buying into what the league is about. If you defend well, why are you defending, right? To keep the puck out of your net first, but to get it back so you can go on offense. So our guys believe in that, and they do it well, so now we get opportunities to now get going the other way. Some of what you're talking about is instinctual for the players, and some of it, yeah, we have practice drills. Hey, fourth man's ice, D coming late, center lane drive, what's available. So I'd say it's a mix of both. We have smart hockey players, so they're good enough to figure that out in real time. That's why I think we are and always have been, I know since I've been here, a very effective rush team. So I give the players credit for the offensive side of it. I guess where we could get credit as a staff is building in those defensive principles to allow you to get pucks back and then obviously getting the players to believe that it's going to work.
Last year, Butch, your record against teams below 500 was just kind of so-so. This year, it's not. It's much better.
That up.
I guess I'm wondering, was it a point of emphasis this year, or is it just has it panned out the way?
Let me ask you this, if you know this,
Yeah.
what was it 2 years ago? Was it much better?
I don't know that off the cuff.
I think we're much closer to the team where we're
Yeah.
we go into games thinking we're going to take care of business.
Yeah.
And when it starts to get away from us, from a team that we feel we're better than, we can get back on track. Last year we got off track, and there was games we just never got back on. And I could go through some of them in Anaheim, Columbus, Buffalo, Arizona. And now I'm naming teams that are going to be mad but they were below us in the standings, so that's just a reality. But at the end of the day, we've been doing a better job this year when that stretch goes, like the last time in here, right? We go into the third period down a goal, doesn't get away from us, we fix it in a hurry. Not only we kill a penalty, we score. So we're doing a better job with that this year with teams that we feel, hey, let's get to our game, put some pressure on them. See if we can put them on their heels. We've done a really good job of that, and it's resulted a lot of times in us, getting some goals and eventually winning.
Can it be
Even just
sometimes
the last-
tough for, sorry.
I was just going to say, even the last 2 games, that's where I was kind of going with it. But if you emphasize that, look, there's games here, we've got to take care of business.
Well, listen, as a coach, I never walk into the room and say, okay, today's a game, we should win because we're just better than them. Because what am I going to do when the team's ahead of us? Hey, guys, we should lose tonight. They're better than us, so let's just go home. No one get hurt. So there's a little bit of how you message, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but yes, there are we let one get away in Montreal. We're up 2-0, so trust me, it was discussed about how we need to play against teams who we feel we're better than. How we feel now, we should feel we're better than everybody. So there's a little bit of that going on. We should have confidence, but. It was addressed in a certain manner, how teams that can get back into games, how we have to play to our standard no matter what the score is, who the opponent. Now, there's certain ways you can build it in. I think our guys then start talking about that themselves in the room. And that's what's happened better this year, and I believe it happened 2 years ago. Last year, I don't know. Could have been the Stanley Cup thing. Wow, we're fine. We'll get, whatever. I don't know. I don't have a great answer. I just know what's going on this year.
Related to that, is that one of the tough things for coaches mentally during an 82-game season to keep the great teams totally engaged in the 82-game season?
It is. And I that's why I have a lot of respect for teams that are, like you hear in all different sports, right? They're good. They're supposed to win every night. Well, you still got to get them to go out and play and execute because it is the NBA or the NFL or the NHL, whatever. So that's the challenge for the coach, to find different ways to keep them on top of their game. And then it's what's in the room. Is there high character in the room? Are they guys that are not going to accept losing, even though it's one of 82 and it's not going to kill your chances in the standings? Hey, we're just playing. We don't want to lose because we don't like to lose, type of thing. I think that's what ends up taking over in the room.